Just waiting to
join us as Jack's been cleaning the
See
jizz
how
off
long.
his mic.
see how long it takes for him to realise.
I do realise. I heard Frank go, let's go live. And I thought of a horrendous joke that I could have said about Andy.
Say it. Say it.
No. I can't.
Please. Tony was
Tell
my
you-
queen.
Tell your dad you're glad that you're not going to have any children to pass on his defective genes.
Both true and a relief, yes. Now,
Yeah,
why is your microphone covered in jizz?
it's got that coating, and I think the grease from the air when I'm cooking, it just deteriorates after a while, and it got all sticky and shit.
Is cooking a euphemism for wanking?
Yeah. I obviously
fair enough.
wank my expensive mic. Right. Hello, and welcome back to a wonderful episode of Let's Drone Out. Tonight you are joined by Andrew /Frank.
Good evening.
Everyone's favourite curry kitten.
Hello.
Can we get a disclaimer?
I haven't found it. Anything we say is bollocks. Don't listen to us, especially Andy. He's a wrong'un. That's the gist of it.
He wish he was adopted, Andy RC.
I'm a nice boy.
Nice boy.
Tony was my queen till he found his new one.
Bonjour. I still love you, Jack, and want to play with your big jugs.
But you're cheating on me.
Well, am I though?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway, yeah, guys, Frank found that we're trying to get voted in for anyone listening to this. We're trying to get voted in for the BritishPodcastAwards.com/vote. So go there, type in "Let's Drone Out" and please vote for us. If you listen to this podcast, this is all we ask. And if we do get even just nominated, I promise I will buy Tony a little bottle of champagne.
Thanks, darling.
What would you, if you won, Jack? What would you be expected?
I would put in my hands and then and spill it for Tony to do whatever he wants with it.
I'm not sure that you might get the award taken off you for that.
I hope we win now.
It's either going to be Rogan or us that wins, is it?
I don't know.
Rogan's doing all right with his £100 million going over to Spotify, isn't he?
Oh, is that what he's doing? Can't blame the man.
100 million.
Yeah.
He can't enter anyway because he's not British.
Oh, it's British. Is it?
Damn it.
It is
British.
BritishPodcastAwards.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
So link in the
we'll
link in
win
the
then.
description.
How much do you reckon we could sell this for? Like exclusively on Spotify? Tenner?
Probably pay someone to take it away.
Yeah, I was gonna say
100 million. And we won't.
No one like a car is so knackered that you have to pay somebody to take it away.
Yeah.
That's when you know.
No.
My daughter was shocked that we were available on Spotify because she said it was only for proper podcasts. When I found it, she's like, Spotify just devalued a little bit in her head.
Oh no, you can get on anything these days. I think we should go for Netflix next. You know, everything gets greenlit on Netflix, doesn't it?
No, it used to till they ran out of money.
But how can Netflix run out of money? Is literally all anyone's doing at the moment, isn't it? Watching
Exactly.
Netflix.
Whereas before they were just paying for it and not using it.
Yeah.
Before times.
Oh, so they're using it and it's costing them. I never thought of it like that. Oh yeah, that. Are you still watching? Yes, I'm still fucking watching. Would I like to restart it? No, I would not like to restart it. I'm still watching, obviously.
Yeah,
I'd like
watch this again. You've only just watched this.
What did I just watch? That Dead to Me. That I watched that. Any of you guys watched that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I've only just started season 2 though.
It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. I like that one. Yeah, and I tried Orange is the New Black, but I could only get halfway through, and it sort
Vote
of
for us.
what?
Oh, Winter Blues just showed up. Vote for us. Remind me to do, another shout for that later on, which will be good to remind everyone when they finally get here.
I'll try something.
So I've heard rumours that Andy RC is non-stop flying. He's doing some sort of charity flight for 24 hours.
No, man. It's just that now that it's no longer illegal to sit on a bench, I'm allowed to fly again. And my the flying club that I joined last December, which I planned on going a lot, opened today. Oh man, I woke up 6 o'clock today. Been there all day. It has been absolutely blissful, and I think I broke the speed record of a quadcopter. So it should be maybe an interesting video, maybe not. I don't know, but it was scary, man. It was scary. But so I've done that. Yeah, lots of stuff coming. I can't talk about, unfortunately. Lots of stuff.
Oh, are you under NDA?
Yeah. Some stuff happening tomorrow. That's all I'll say. Nothing, not from me. I haven't managed. I was out. I mean, look, sunburn.
Wow.
Oh,
You're out for at least 5 minutes then.
Oh.
Yeah. That was with
what happened? Did you open the fridge door?
Well, obviously the knight in shining armor suit that I had still managed to get through, but yeah. Like proof outdoor, outside.
Well, you don't need proof because there's like your channel has just had an influx of videos all of a sudden.
Stop.
Yeah, I managed to. All of the exercise people who were on the field can now drive to somewhere where dogs don't shit all of the time. So there's a lot less people around, so I can fly on there, but I can fly on the field as well. And I've just there's been loads of stuff I wanted to do that I just couldn't do, and now I can. But I kind of went a bit too heavy on it, so I'm gonna slow down a little bit. But I got some good stuff coming up. Got this UZ65 Whoop that I'm reviewing. Here we go. Corey Kitten's got it. Oh, there we go.
Same thing. I got the UZ65. I thought I was going to fly this next, but then Vanguard asked me to look at the Q6 charger, which you've already done. Which ironically,
cool for the price.
I just stuck a charger review. I just finished one. I haven't stuck it up there yet. That'll be out Friday, so it's going to be 2 chargers in a row, which is really boring.
Yeah,
except one's really expensive, and the other one's this Q6 thing.
What happened with me was like when this lockdown thing happened, companies were like, "Well, we'll send you a load of chargers because and I was like, "Okay," because I assumed that's all I'd be able to do. So yeah, but actually. I was looking for a new field charger because my one is absolutely battered, and I used it today, funnily enough, and it was really good. I do wish it had a USB out for the phone though, but yeah, I do like that one. And 25 quid for an ISDT product. That is pretty good.
Pretty good. I'm just buying one off Joke Vision.
What's that?
AOKODA.
Yeah,
XT60 to USB.
Yeah. I don't know where I'm gone. I've got 2 of them somewhere. I blew up my PSU today, so I've had to buy another one. It went
How
hot
did you manage that?
because I forgot the last time I used it was in Texas, and it was on 110, and I plugged it in, and it was on 240.
Oh.
Multi-charger for Whoop recommendation.
So yeah, that just went.
Where's my one? Because I took it out today.
Mr. Fruitcake, Lou's just in. Tony is shite at COD. I know I am.
This cheap and nasty one from Eacheen's pretty good. It's like 10 quid or something, and you can charge 6 batteries at once, and it goes all right. And you can do it on the field, and you can plug it in via a normal little DC adapter. That's not bad.
Nice,
It does HV batteries as well.
Doesn't it only do up to 0.6 amps though?
It does only do up to 0.6 on this one. Yeah, I think so.
It does high volt, doesn't it? I can't find the one I use. Is it because I took it out today?
To be fair, you don't normally find Whoop batteries that have much more than that, generally.
I mean, surely it's all changing because like everything's brushless now. So they must be pretty beefy.
Jack, I've checked my PSU if you want to have a look at it. There's nothing visually I can see.
Maybe
Well,
it's used
I
as
think
well.
we should wait until the video at the end of this week that I believe is coming out as a collaboration between Jack and Painless. I think you should follow
Oh yeah,
that.
still friends, but it's still Theo. It's not really. He just didn't want me to make you look bad. That's all that is.
I wouldn't worry too much because as of last week, after Jack sent me 26 gigabytes of his bits of Jack looking at the soldering iron whilst he was building his Mavic, not Mavic quad for the oddball competition, he said to me, "Do you think you could edit that?" Because basically Jack doesn't want to edit. I'm sure he could.
He can
I said,
edit.
okay, but I will need from you a voiceover because I don't know the full story. So you'll have to have a voiceover about what you did, what you found, what you did, and I will cut something together. And he has not done that. And I said, I'll chase you up later in the week because you'll forget. He's like, no, I'll do it. Has not arrived.
I forgot. No, I thought I was meant to do it with you, or am I supposed to do it on my own?
Why am I there?
supposed
I
to
don't know
what?
anything about it.
Oh,
You're supposed to explain the story of what you did because you vaguely told me a few times about this, and this, but there's lots of
Sorry.
detail, isn't there?
I suck. But I know I'm shit. But yeah, I'm proud. I won something for a change. And the
Well
most
done.
soul-destroying thing was listening to RC Robotics be like, "Oh, I'm really going to look forward to watching the video. I didn't know you did that." It's like, well, I did do it, but I haven't done a video. And just realizing how shit I am.
FX
It was interesting to watch.
Oddball competition over, and yes, the Mini Airshow 6 MA6 that was last Saturday.
That was one day only.
Yeah.
The most interesting thing about watching all Jack's videos he sent me of him soldering is he was just recording what's going on his desktop. And throughout that stuff, we are all in the corner on his desktop talking to him, trying to have a normal conversation. And Jack's just like building a Mavic without mentioning it to anybody. Just carrying on.
I like having you guys here. I get lonely.
We are
on my
basically background podcasts for him.
own. Yeah. Best air show
This year.
Yeah.
Bar none.
Exactly.
Because there is
We
no
win.
others, is there?
Yeah,
Nope.
so we had
Hello, Rob Britton.
had the Mini Air Show last weekend. As we couldn't get out into a field, we did it all online, MA6 online. So had a load of videos and streaming and all that kind of stuff. I think it went
good. I popped in and out all day.
for something we've never done before. I think it went all right.
Yep,
It was,
I liked it. It was very good.
Rob, I hope you're doing all right. I'm sorry for your loss, but we love you, man. You've been
Don't be
here a very
Rob.
long time.
He's been on this. He's been following us for a while, hasn't he? A couple of years, 3 maybe.
Good, solid listener. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Rob. Is that commotion outside your house, Andy?
Yeah, sorry, do you need me to mute? They're out there half an hour.
Dogging.
It's like a street party every time this happens.
Oh, it's every Thursday clappy street party thing.
They're each having a go of the makeshift drum kit now. Shall I mute myself until further notice?
No, it's all right. It's not that bad.
Sorry about that.
they're just passing around the drumsticks because that seems a bit against the idea of things.
There are so many levels where it breaks all of the rules that I just.
So each person is licking them clean with their tongue first before passing them on, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Could you not start a band with them?
They've talked about this. They were like, get the guitar and amp out, and I'm like, no. They're like, why? And I'm like, because it's fucking stupid.
I agree. I
The
think
editor's gonna have to do some serious work this week.
Listen,
It's not often Andy gets to say to his family, "This week I am not the most embarrassing one in this house. You are."
Look, I understand like appreciating workers on the front line. Do it once, right? Do it once, but it's gonna end up like the year. Remember, when it came to New Year's Eve, and like they used to bang pots and pans, but that was about it. Then it came to the year 2000, and all of a sudden it became a big firework display, and that's carried on ever since. So how long? Now is Thursday going to be? Go mental and bang pots night. You know what I mean? Indefinitely. You know.
Because if you don't, it means you don't appreciate them. Surely you've gone off them now, and you hate them, and you all wish they were dead.
Well, I don't know about anywhere else, but they've definitely already gone to the fireworks here. So
they're doing fireworks.
I've heard fireworks here on Thursday.
It's just more cocktails. We know where you live.
See, it's like it's stopped becoming about frontline workers ages ago. It winds me up.
Especially... Go vote, Tory. Pay them more money. It's not hard. Just
So,
going dangerously into
Tony, I saw you were out flying this week.
Yeah, I've been flying.
What
were you flying? Tell us about D-filters.
I've been mucking around with ND filters, yes. I've had some votes on my channel. Most people liked N16. I think you liked 32, didn't you, Frank?
I did.
I've been, just mucking around with N16 filters on the GoPro. On my last two videos were 4K 24 frames. I put Super View on. I put my shutter speed at 1/96. And
has anyone got anything to light? Thank you.
Thank you. Winter Blue. No.
Yay.
I locked my ISO as well, which I found if it's a really bright day and you've got it on, you could lock your ISO. I locked mine to like 400 minimum, 400 max. So it just didn't have that in and out, the shade. You know, that one, it takes like half a second when you turn towards the sun and then turn back. You can get rid of that. Anyway, they're my settings that I used. I was quite happy with it. And it seems to be less artifacting and stuff while playing it back on YouTube.
Was this on the X class, Tony?
I put it on the X class and on the and on my Mikey my Dreadnought frame. Menace.
Yeah, I find that like the Hero 7 and 8, you can practically put it on anything that isn't that's 5-inch, and you won't.
FX Node.
You won't.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh my god, guys! Seriously.
I don't know. I'm just watching it back and getting no artifacting or anything like that, and I'm just really happy with the results. I've been just mucking around with it, but yeah, I flew the X class around the 5-inch track. Well, that was quite funny until the negative terminal pulled out on the battery, where it just fell out, and I crashed because I couldn't see and had no.
You just said about Molotov cocktails.
What is he lighting? He's lighting a waxy ear bud. Hey! Thanks, FX.
Yay!
If your house goes up on fire, do you reckon your insurance will pay out?
Is this because indoor fireworks are not an essential item at the moment?
Yes. I can't get out and get any. Frank, can you order some on the Amazons?
Yeah, but they'll take 9 months to get here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mikey. Yeah, that was one battery on your Dreadnought. Just
Interesting. I was speaking to
Love
Beta
it.
FPV this morning, and they said perhaps a new topic for you: naked GoPros. Have you ever heard of those? And interesting enough, as we were speaking about those over the last few weeks, and Tony's moved away from them now and is thinking of the Insta360 Go. And I wanted to ask Andy if he tried his Insta360 Go out yet, because he has got one.
yes.
I haven't tried it yet. It gets
What,
very.
do you strip it?
No, you don't strip.
Don't
you
need to
No,
strip
it's
it. It's
20
little.
grams and tiny.
Oh my god.
It's not anywhere close to the naked GoPro option. The only problem is, so Beta FPV are coming out with so I think
Zero, thank you.
Thanks,
I think-
Zero.
I think this all started with Uma God's 85X. He took a Beta FPV 85X, flipped it upside down, and then did all the intricate taking apart of a GoPro Hero 6 and doing all the miniature soldering thing. And Beta FPV have turned around and thought, oh, we can make the quad like that. I think the problem's gonna lie with people spending, 200 quid on a Hero 6. You can't do it with the 7. I suppose you could and use Hypersmooth, but they're doing it to use it with this Real Steady Go thing, which I've never had great success with, even with the 8, which supports it natively. I mean, but I suppose it's a personal preference. I prefer the Hypersmooth myself. I find Hypersmooth is always reliable, regardless what maneuver you do. But if you do the naked GoPro thing and then import it, so you got to take your GoPro apart. You got to get it all right. You then have to spend 99 quid or dollars or whatever for Real Steady Go. You then have to go and do your shot and hope that the gyro didn't bugger up or whatever. Get home, put it through Real Steady Go, and hope that everything looks great. And to me, I know, like, if all of that goes to plan, then that's great. But it's a lot to go wrong, isn't it? It's a lot of money as well, and you can only use it on one quad. So yeah, Beta FPV, they said the same thing to me, but I'm like, well, if you started offering the service of or somebody started offering the service of making the naked GoPros so that you don't have to,
Glenn.
then I think it'd be a worthwhile thing to do. But and when you're talking about having to solder things to the legs of chips, that's not for everyone, is it?
No, I don't want to do that.
Jesus,
It's not, which is why Tony bottled it.
And Don you're still
Thanks,
alive.
Darno.
You
Well
old
done
dog.
for being still alive, you old git.
Oh,
We mean that in the
congratulations.
most pleasing way.
Yep. And
So
if you
I
ever have
suppose-
too much of it, Tony's more than happy to cough in your face.
If we're saying actually none of us really want
Win.
to take apart a GoPro
Win.
and do stuff because it's too expensive and it's a bit fiddly, what is the
Take
next
your
best
t-shirt off,
solution?
Tony.
No,
Win just sent you £20.
Well,
Well,
it's
Off it
probably.
it has to be 100 for me to get my nipples out now.
Oh, 100.
It's probably
100.
what.
I've gone up in
Probably.
price.
Supply and demand.
No, 50.
Overpricing.
Yeah, it's too
It's
much.
I'm worth it.
You're not worth that.
Like, damn, I am.
I like the fact you're stroking your non-existent hair as well.
I'm worth it.
Mine.
Are you gonna dip your hair in a waterfall in Timotei and flick it about a bit?
Dash up and mount, pop up and mounted.
Pop up, yeah, that's it. That's the line. Oh,
Where were we?
I would
you
say
don't want my top off.
We
would
were talking about what is, if we've got a little quad that can't carry a GoPro, then what is the next best thing to do a GoPro? So we were talking about, can you get something decent from a Real Steady Go? And Andy saying no, although to be fair, you haven't tried it yet, doesn't come close. But what comes the closest? Because we've obviously got the split cameras, things like the Tazia, those sort of
Yeah,
cameras,
yes.
what is the bestest?
That's where I was going, because before all of this HD FPV came out, Cadex, I mean, they're obviously focused. I mean, they've got a new DJI camera coming out, the Nebula, but before that, they were very focused on the Tarsier, and it had stabilization built in, but it hadn't been worked out. So there's gyro data in there. So I think people will take a look at how popular this GoPro thing is. It's whether that anyone else can get the gyro data working. The problem is GoPro has bought Real Steady Go, you see. So and that's what everybody's using for these things. So either Cadex or Runcam has to come up with their own stabilization that mimics something similar to Hypersmooth, and they'll have to call it something else, or maybe it's easy to get it to work with Real Steady Go.
I'm still up for Jack stripping one of my GoPros.
Yeah, I think everybody's up for somebody else doing it for them, Tone. I am. I would, if I'd have the money. In fact, do you know what? I've got a GoPro 5 there. I would trade it for a Hero 6 Naked for this Beta FPV thing. But there's a group on Facebook dedicated to that. It's called the Naked GoPro group. And oh man, if you just watch Tommy's video, the amount of work that's involved in just getting it to power up, and
I know it looks like a pain in the ass, but the results are fantastic, especially you can fly something so small in so many different places and have that.
You know what though?
Oh,
Do you know what though, Tone? Like, it's great if you are getting a lot of commercial work. Yeah. But I have really been enjoying, and I didn't think I would, flying those monstrosity Cinewhoops that you introduced us to.
I know you've been flying them like a bloody proper 5-inch. I have not flipped mine or rolled it or not even gone higher than my head.
Well, do you know what? That's because you can't do it with most of them. But there are a couple. If you get, there's the HGLRC Veyron. That one, almost. I mean, obviously not quite like a 5-inch. And the Flywoo Chasers. Those two really stand out when it comes to flight characteristics. You could get so low to the grass as well. They're just so.
I like your treetop stuff.
Yeah, that was really fun, and it was effortless as well. I tried to do it with a 5-inch, did not go as planned. Those bumpers really do make a difference with that kind of thing. So for me, I think that's good enough for me. And if you want to have an 85mm one, then it's so much work unless I can see maybe somebody offering a service that costs a fortune where they sell these GoPros in the naked form. That's the only way I can see them taking off, because how many GoPros are you going to go through until you get it right?
I've still like some of the footage on the 360 Go.
Yeah, I mean, it's usable for Instagram and stuff. I mean, Instagram is a platform that's taken off. It looks great on a phone. When you blow it up on a big screen, not so much. It's better. Like
TV size, PC size, or TV?
Phone, tablet size at most. Any bigger than that, and it doesn't look great. Like Andy was saying, it's the we brought the 360 camera to Weston Park. And it's the sensor of one of those sides of the cameras, and that camera is 3 years old now. So all they've done is they've taken that and put some stabilization in. It's very good and small, but it's not really
20 grams.
I think someone stuck it on a drone, and they said, "Oh, we can make it last 5 minutes before it overheats and explodes," and that's where it's at with that one.
So
yeah.
it sounds, in other words, the other camera manufacturers that are making high-resolution cameras, which are able to film very quickly and have their own gyro data, need to actually develop their firmware so it does GoPro-like things in terms of stabilizing the picture,
Yeah,
and
'cause
then
you
we
know
won't
what-
have this conversation.
You know what was interesting? Like that first day that we were allowed to sit on benches or you know, not have to keep on moving. I went out and flew on my field all day, and I did a little edit together of just flying through the trees and stuff. And someone commented and said, "Wow, I thought that was like a Mavic until it did a dive." And it almost does look like that if you get them so steady.
Yeah.
But then you're like, you can do a dive and you can get shots that you know, are Mavic-esque, but then you're just like, if you didn't know about these type of quadcopters, you'd be like, how on earth did it do that? Because I can't get my Mavic to do that. So that's where it's exciting. And yes, like, I do think that either Cadex needs to step up, or maybe even DJI. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if DJI are taking a look at. I mean, what have DJI always done to GoPro? You know, they've always trampled over them. Look at the Karma drone; it almost killed GoPro. You know, so
They did do so well with the action camera, though. That's the only thing they were lacking at.
well, I don't know. A lot of people like the Osmo. If funnily enough, I've been after mounts for these Cinewhoops, and it's 50-50 on Thingiverse, I should say, and it's 50-50 Osmo and GoPro. So I think they've got built-in stabilization as well. I was meant to be getting one, and it got lost in the post. But I would love to have tried out the Osmo. Yeah. But yeah,
if we won the British Podcast Awards, would you guys get LDO tattoos if I paid for them?
No.
I'd get one on
I
my
would not
arse,
get
little
any
one.
tattoo under any circumstances ever, unless it was done in felt tip, because no one's coming near me with a needle, as previous
oh, yeah,
explanations about
you're
needle
phobic.
phobias.
Andy RC, would you get a tattoo if I paid for it?
I'd get a tattoo, but never of LDO.
Like, it could be really tiny, like you could have it on your like toe.
Yeah, as long as it's not LDO, it's fine.
Call it the LD toe.
Frank, will you get an LDO tattoo?
No.
Gigawatts in the chat said he would get one.
You would get one.
He can have one from me by proxy. I don't think the chances of people having tattoos are very likely, given the amount of high quality podcasts.
First person who gets one, they get a receipt.
I tell you what, Jack. The first check I get from this show that is £1 million, I'll have the smallest LDO tattoo on my toe, but the toe that's got a little bit of hair on it, so you can sort of cover it up.
Yeah. Do you know what my favourite thing of tattoos is? Bill Bailey, where he said I would have got tattoos, and he goes, my back's so hairy. He goes, I could only think of getting things that would look right in a forest. It seems to like cabins and stuff. Anyway, exciting news. We got an email because, they're a thing. I told you pay and it's done. Oh, man. Find out how much it is. You can't go and get a tattoo at the moment anyway. Right, so
Gonna get a tattoo.
Someone listens to this show and wrote in for advice, right?
Because I listen very hard.
So, with someone named Ian Cowie, I believe, is it? Subject: Free Sky Receiver. Message: Hi, I've been given some planes from my late father-in-law. Sorry to hear that. And would like to try and fly them. Normally, I'd use my X9D with an XSR in my quads. What would be a good servo receiver that would work with my X9D? Thanks in waiting, Ian. Try not to all answer at once.
The X8 thingy, that's the one which's got
The
eight
X8R.
servo. Is it the X8R? Yeah, that's got 8 servo connections,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you can
I've
use
got-
one of them for S-Bus as well.
Sorry,
I've got a plane that is a complicated mix of having a lot of servos and a flight controller. So I take an S-Bus controller, and that takes 8 channels, and I take the other 8 channels to do deliberate things with pan tilts and other servos and things. But so that can take 8 servos, and if you get like a flight control or something, it can take S-Bus or PPM as well.
what was the question again?
If you only need 6 channels, the FR Sky G-RX6 receiver's pretty good, but you can get the plain stabilization one. Is it?
Oh,
Is it
no.
the-
I think that's the SRX. I did try that.
You
but
cut
I had
out then. Say it again.
problems launching a wing.
Get
There's something
that.
like the S6R R6, which I have got in a wing, but I had launching problems on that particular wing, so I didn't get to test it any decent way.
Get the 6-channel version of the X8R. Is it called the X6R? Is that the one?
Yeah.
You were
The
talking about?
SR receivers are the are they
Stabilizers.
the stabilized ones?
You don't want that if
Um,
you're going to be using. Is it going to be using iNav and all of that business?
No, I don't know. It's inherited.
Some of those are really
Inherited.
difficult to tune as well, and like, no.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of X4Rs that I use on wings and microtalon and things
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can use the X4Rs.
On wings because they're cheap.
You can
If
use
you've
the
got-
there's the X4R that's not S-Bus, so it's got 4 servo outputs, hasn't it? I've got one of
Even
those.
the X4 RSB is very much like Curry says. It's got the 1 S bus and then 3 PWM outputs, and again you can do things on it. I think you can. Well, maybe you can't anymore. I don't know, but you could at least at one point reflash it and have it as an X4R, not SB. So you
Yeah,
could have 4.
I'm sure you can still do. Well, who knows what you can do with FR Sky these days?
You might need to buy an entirely new radio to make that work.
Yeah, maybe. I've
I
been
think
trying to.
a new radio soon.
I've been trying to defend FR Sky, but that's really
you could get the L9R. Is that the long range one?
Long range one, yeah.
Yeah. But it's got a different bind port protocol, and it's the failsafe is that you set it and then push the button, I think, but look it up and check.
Is that even supported with the new
Who
transmitter?
did we lose? We lost Tony.
I'm a big fan of the L9Rs, actually. I've used them in several, 2 planes, and they've both, they can go an easy like 5K. Yeah, and it is because back when they came out, your fail-safe setting of
fail-safe.
your fail-safe setting of you push it to a certain thing and you press the button was kind of the thing, as opposed to no pulses. So in your autopilot, because one of those used the Vector, one used the Storm for return to home, I'd put it in basically return to home. I'd set a throttle position and then I'd set the fail-safe, and that's how you do it. It didn't have the concept of like the no pulses that Betaflight or iNav does now.
It's really
I don't know if you can actually set it for that, but yeah, lack of telemetry just meant it did go further. You didn't need telemetry. It's just like, yeah, it's off. It gives you a nice back in those days. It gave you what you wanted, which was an analog 0 to 3.3 volt RSSI signal. So then you could tune that on your OSD, and it would just be lovely. The complex thing about using PWM channel as RSSI wasn't a thing when they came out. So it's like, yay, this is doing it perfectly. A bit old fashioned, but you can get a long way on 2.4 using those. I just don't know if I'd ever put them in a quad.
Yeah, if you're not in the UK or you've got an old Free Sky transmitter that does the D8 modes, Free Sky have got some lovely D8 receivers where the FR Sky D8R2 is 8-channel and is only like, I don't know, about 25 quid or something like that, and it's got the sort of and you can buy the PPM, the CPPM version, can't you? The D8RXP or something, the white one, and it gives you RSSI separate channel, and you've got the auxiliary things for like battery and stuff. But that's only if your transmitter supports D8 as well. But there is some good stuff. Where's Curry? Where did Curry go? Has Curry gone to get
I went
one?
off to find a thing. That's one of them. This is what happens if you don't have any like PPM or anything. You end up with this many leads going down. There's like there are 7 servo connectors going into there, all traveling down the wing, going to an autopilot, going all over the place, going everywhere.
Are they stickers? Curry Kitten stickers, or are they spray painted?
Those are transfers. This is the messiest wing in the world. All these bits here are Gorilla Glue, where this thing's literally, look, that whole section came off and once ended up in a tennis court when the rest of the plane didn't. This is so battered, and yet it still flies somehow. And this is the D8R2. Really good transmitters, receivers. And if you put the extensions on with the sleeve dipole, so I've got one here, good for about 3.5K with telemetry. So really nice little receivers there.
Line of sight, of course.
Not that you've flown that was you put it on the ground, walked 3.5K, and went, oh yeah, the flapper on.
I was in a country that allows that sort of thing at the time, or something like that.
Yeah.
Make up your own stories. I can't be bothered.
Does any country allow that?
I don't know. It's still on YouTube, for Christ's sakes. Don't worry about it.
Brazil.
You can go and find it if you want to, and it's probably got the GPS coordinates shooting along.
I've seen the 10K one on yours, Harry.
Not from me. I only got to about 6.5.
All right, it was 6.5. Was it?
Don't forget to vote for us. What other thing did I have as well lined up? I can't remember. It's gone. My mind's a blank. Oh, Andy RC, you little slut.
Yes, darling.
AMA, when are you going to do it? This Friday? What time?
Ooh.
You've got to do it.
I can't do that. I can't do this week because a bunch of stuff has turned up. So probably next week, I would say.
Frank, can you do this week?
Work has to come first because
Frank.
I am literally begging for money.
Yeah. And then Andy RC, if you don't show up,
if you
you're going to blow to a pinnacle.
If you can pay me £100, I will do it because that beats.
Is there a tyre exploded GoFundMe for your poor car?
No.
Would you like to tell the story?
The car
is it still too painful?
Car sat on the drive for 8 weeks. So it's had a slow puncture at the front. So came to it and it was at 5 psi. So I pumped it up, drove it up the road, and it exploded, and so did the back one. It bent the alloy, so the alloy had to be like refurbished and reshaped. I had to have 2 new tires, cheap tires, the cheapest you can buy, 100 quid for the lot, and it's like, oh man, 100 quid is a lot of money for me at the moment. for that car sat on the drive for 8 weeks. It currently costs me around about £40 to drive it each time. Probably more if the tax, the insurance, the fuel, the tires, the service. It gets driven 3 times a year. It's not very economical car.
Perhaps not have a car is the answer.
But I'm just doing a new flying club that's absolutely amazing. It is so good. Oh my god!
Are we going to see videos from there soon?
Yeah,
then?
yeah. I flew.
Good.
I think this is going to upset a lot of people, right? But you know how people say, "Oh, the latency of the DJI system is too slow," or whatever. And I thought, well, I wonder if I can make the fastest quadcopter, stick the DJI system on there, and surely that if it's unflyable, then that would prove it. They were right. It's a valid reason to say, yeah, it's a pile of crap. And I think I flew at 125 mile per hour with no problem around trees, no latency problems, no breakup. And so I done that today. That was fun. I did it with dual blades actually. Have I got the quads?
Well, they are the king of speed.
Yeah, here we go. I bought some special props so that it will go quicker. It's a 6S. Here we go. This is the quad that did it. I think it did 126 or 125 mile per hour. The fastest of a 5-inch has ever gone. 3-inch has only ever gone that speed. But I guess these dual bull nose, I think they're the APC props. I could not believe the speed, but the DJI system, all DJI parts as well. So yeah, I think that video might upset someone, but I wanted to do it just to show that, like,
I love the sound of bi-blades as well.
Oh yeah, they sound amazing. Cows don't like the sound of them, though. I found out. There was a big we didn't have cows in the field, but they were in the other field, and I went to do a speed run, and there was just dust everywhere from cows just legging it. So I'm gonna have. I don't know if I'm gonna upload this video because it's gonna upset people that are like, just because you could fly at 126 mile an hour means nothing. It's still a pile of crap. There's going to be those people. There's going to be Peter that are like, oh, you upset all those cows, and now they need therapy.
Oh! I thought you. Yeah.
I was thinking there was one guy called Peter, but it's like it's the pet people, the animal people.
Come on, Tony, you're vegan. You must know.
No, but
We're not vegan anymore.
I've just been off it for a while.
Playing the hot dogs.
Sorry, he's been off it for a while. Been off vegan.
No, I've not been dabbling in the arts.
Have you been swallowing the salami, Tony?
No, that is pay-per-view.
It's African.
It's amazing
queen.
what a woman in Tony's life done. It's got him eating meat.
No, it hasn't.
Right, Frank. Who dangerous territory? Who has Frank? Who? No, Frank. Andrew, say Frank. Who do you want to be your interviewer? Not me, because I can't speak properly.
Why not?
I want it
I've done
to
it
be
twice.
Jack.
Peter kills animals.
Yeah, because you're good at it.
No,
Anyway,
Curry, Tony.
No,
I'm busy.
You decided this thing was happening, therefore you can do it.
Yeah.
No, I've already done it. Will someone do it for me?
No.
Tony, have you been tuned down on the beef? Fraser Steen says.
Yes and no.
Clinton was saying murderers. I had so much good fun with a raft and his wife on a raft.
Oh.
Does he know about it?
Yeah.
He does now.
Don't forget cowcaddle.co.uk. Is that right? Hug a cow or something?
Who did the paddling?
Is Jack all right? Is he?
I don't
Jack
know.
broken?
Well, at least he's not soldering and turning his camera off. So
Yeah, well, what's he looking down at all the time? That's my question.
Well, he never wears any.
What's down there? What's down there, Jack?
Nothing.
Have you got your trousers on?
What are you looking at?
Yes. What, down there? Or there?
Yeah.
Or
He's
here?
got a million monitors.
There. There's something going on there.
Here. That's my chat
Right.
window.
Nice.
He's
nice.
got a million monitors
I need
because
to
he's
do
the only
that.
one of us who's actually got a bloody job.
Quick, Mr. Shady.
Now,
Quick.
Mama Goth with Mr. Nibbles. Yep, Mr. Nibbles. Mr. Nib Nibs. I got eaten by a shark a
Shall I
lot.
do a shout out? Hello, Mama Goff, Mr. Shady, Clinton Roberts, Win Davis, G Law, Limitless Sky, all new, Richard Warwick, Clive, Mikey Dread, Fraser Stream, G Law, have I said that? Gigawatts,
There's a stream.
Zero, Spider, Richard Warwick, as always, hello, Rob Britton, Robin FBV. I'm still going up the chat. Can't see anyone. If there's no one new, Logie, hello. One more. Can't see. That's it. I'm going back down the bottom.
Tailspin, Robin FC.
There you go. Hello, everyone.
Vote
Thanks
for
for
us.
joining us. Thanks for
Vote for
joining us. And Gavin Ferry just
Oh,
come in.
Gavin Ferry, the man who lives in a van.
Gavin was very upset that we couldn't get a mini air show in as a physical thing this year because he's put in a lot of work and made his binary throttle racing system into an amazing thing that sets up in no time at all.
LDO? No.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's already been to the venue for LDO now and scoped it out, so he's well in there.
Good.
As soon as we get words that it's safe to do that, then we'll get that going.
Cool.
Yeah. So I think it got a little bit lost, but yeah. So the Discord, I think there's a link for the Discord in the description. If not, bug us for it. And there's a little channel in a Discord server for AMAs. So every week, apart from last week because of reasons, there has been an AMA of one of us. It's the only two of us who haven't done it have been me and Andy. Andy's going to do his AMA next week because he can't do this week. So I will stand in for him and do my AMA this week.
Yes. I'm really sorry, guys. I've been very sick as well, and I'm just getting better, which is why my channel, I'm trying to get my own channel back to normal.
You're throwing out videos, Andy. You can't
He says, it's not back to normal. You've had
What? Sorry, I missed that. It cut out. Yeah. I just had loads of ideas, but it's been very difficult getting them done. So now it's less of a struggle to get them done, and yeah, I'm loving it at the moment. So, but I need to. I think I was managing one video a week during this lockdown thing. It was really difficult to do videos during the lockdown because everyone was doing their exercise on my flying field. You know, somebody brought a bloody boom box, right? Sat it right in the middle of the field, got one of them stepper things, put on some shitey music, and for 2 hours, right, we're standing up and down on this thing, and I'm there with my tiny whip going, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh crap! Why don't just do what people bought that Reebok step, didn't they? Like literally, you can fucking go up and downstairs at your house unless you live in a bungalow. I thought, yeah, they sell lots of them to people who live in a bungalow. I mean, it's just literally a step.
I don't want to be judging anyone, but this person should have been doing this a long time ago. I've never seen anybody out on that field with a boombox doing steps, but if they want to do it, they should have been doing it for the last year or so. It's just a stupid, because no one's got anything to do, and they're just annoying me who's trying to do a decent day's work.
Clive's had a really good idea.
Kill everyone.
No.
Oh,
Whoa, calm down.
Clive says we should do AMAs for FPV personalities. We could get all our old people that we've had on the show before, because we haven't had anyone on for a long time because nothing really new's come out and no one's doing anything. But maybe we should try doing that, getting some old people back on and doing an Ask Me Anything for them.
I would love
It's
that.
quite a good idea.
I would love that. I've never spoke to Stingy or Steel. I think, I'd love to know what's going on with Stingy, because he did his last stream a couple of months ago. I wonder if he's gone. I mean, I don't know if he can't have gone back to airlines.
Not back to piloting, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd
Dead end there.
love to know what Stingy's up to.
Hello, GFPV, just join the chat. Jay Renwick, hello.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of,
Good idea. I think we should. Shall we put the feelers out again, Jack?
Yeah, can do.
Oh, some.
Chad, we haven't had Chad Capper on. He's always up for it, isn't he?
No, those guys have never come on anymore since leaving Riot and stuff and all that. There's been
Capper hasn't left Road to Riot, has he?
He sold it, didn't he?
Yeah, he sold it to,
yeah, but he always likes to come and chat to us regardless. Like whatever he's done, whether it was flight test, Road to Riot.
I asked him and he said he won't. Yeah, he won't come on. There's very few people, like these golden oldies that.
No, I think a lot of people.
We've been blacklisted by everybody.
No,
it's because we've got them naked and stuff before, and they're just like, "What? You put me on a spot here?" And yeah, I don't know.
The problem is when you start mixing business with pleasure, you start to lose the pleasure, and I think that's happened with a lot of people. I think
we've still got some people we can get on. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. Steel would be a good one. I'd love to chat to Steel.
Just see, Steel built a racing cockpit to play games on for like 12 grand.
Wow!
Just splashed out a little bit of cash there.
Only 12 grand.
See, whatever he's doing it right.
A hooker. Oh,
what about this hooker?
Just another line.
What is wrong with you tonight? It's just random words, not forming sentences.
He's watching some. He's got 4 screens there. He's watching another podcast, which is better than this.
I haven't got anything else on. Love to see Tom Smith.
Have you got stranglerhookerlife.com on again and you're just trying to shout to him?
Talk to you about this, Jack. You can't keep spending the LDO donations on porn.
I'm not. They go to you. You're in control of all of that.
That's a good point that you brought up on Tom Smith. He started posting videos recently, but notoriously you said that he's surprisingly a shy person.
He's very shy and doesn't want to do it.
He does not come across as shy in his videos, does he? Though.
No.
It'd be great to get Tom on. He's awesome.
I've tried.
Yeah,
I've tried as well.
Can you work your female charm on Tom and get him on? The thing is, if
we should get Kelsey on. She hasn't been on for a while.
She runs her own podcast now. She don't need us.
Does it really?
Yeah. They run drone.
I don't think anybody needs us. I don't think anybody sort of a career by coming on here as such.
It's just chatting to friends, Jack. We're not, yeah, it'd be cool
to say that. But the reason for Road to Riot coming on was Kappa was testing them and making sure that they could actually be together and produce content live. That was the whole thing for them coming on.
What about if we did a
and also after he came on with us after a while, he started getting what was it, the Unlocked podcast or whatever it was called, Unhinged or something.
Oh, they only did 3 episodes of that though, didn't they? Tony got to see the set of that.
I did.
The RC talking a load of old bollocks to us would be better than that.
Well, that's basically every week, isn't it?
Yeah.
There'd be no change. We're talking about changing the show, not keeping it the same.
You know how we've only got little
She's quit everything, isn't she?
No, she
Yeah.
hasn't. She still posts
She
live.
deleted her social media except for YouTube. So she's
She
still
does.
making videos. She's still flying,
She does.
but she got fed up
Beef with skits.
essentially with the large amount of penises getting sent to her on a daily basis on Instagram.
Yeah,
like
she told me
Oh,
that.
can you
She used to
imagine?
get knob pictures sent pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Does she count knob pictures as photos of myself because I am a knob? Like, if I send her a selfie,
It'd be interesting
Oh,
if
fucking hell, another knob.
that little special program you can install on Instagram, it's like penis, just a picture of Jack, penis, and just puts it in that pile so it doesn't show it.
absolute penis. Beta Flight 4.2 next week. Do you want to chat about that? Has anyone tried it?
I haven't. I know Josh
Don't know anything about it.
Josh made a video about it. I haven't watched. I haven't got around to watching it yet.
I have barely used Beta Flight 4.1 like on 2 quads. This is how ahead of the time I am.
I've got nothing. We'll take it.
Well, maybe people in the chat can tell us some of the new features that it's got.
Make NJ come back. He's always cutting edge on this sort of stuff.
Yeah, well, NJ needs
install
to
it.
make money though. That's the problem. NJ's been guitaring it up.
People are so fussy about
Selfish.
having to make money and like eat and like pay their mortgage and stuff. It's outrageous.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
Some of us can't hoover and
Someone said in the chat that Little Stella Fox has shut her YouTube and took all her videos off. Is that true?
That's a shame.
Not according to the live cast she did, but
there's only one video.
One video.
Oh dear.
But where it says uploads, do click the down and click live streams. Wait, see where it says uploads? That live streams. Yeah. Just one video.
What are you doing? Maybe we should get her on then so you can talk about it.
Plus staying connected.
I haven't seen.
I can see why she gets fed up with stuff. I got fed up with Faceballs. I come on and logged on for about 2 seconds and flicked through it and went, what a load of crap, and logged back out again. So I can see why people do it. It's not the end of the world. There's better things in life than bloody posting bollocks all the time. So,
I mean, only do it if you enjoy it, and if you stop enjoying it, then just don't do it.
When the fun stops, stop.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes, I might make another mini air show 27.
Talking of mini air show, are there plans for mini air show 7 yet? Because one of the things about Mini Airshow 6 is it was kind of all a little bit up in the air because your participation in it was a little bit different than the norm. You weren't going to run it. What's going to be the sitch with the next one?
I heard they fucked Andy over and stole it from him.
Well, that's what I thought.
Don't
it's time
believe
to steal it back.
Don't believe everything you hear.
Their own opinion may not necessarily.
Are you telling me that's not true?
If he gets tricky, ask him the NDA with Emacs and everything, and he starts squirming.
Yeah.
This stuff that you've been working on today, then, Andy. Yeah, you want to go into that a bit more?
Yeah, if you want. What you want to know?
Well, anything that you're not allowed to say.
I would say, don't look at my channel because mine won't be ready. But there's going to be a new product coming out tomorrow. I think it's awesome. It is really awesome. There's a lot of new stuff. I can talk about the DJI Nebula camera, which is going to be a nano-sized camera, which means you're going to be able to put HD stuff on toothpicks and whoops, that's exciting. The only thing is, because the post in the UK is so bad, I'm going to be the last to make videos on it. This UZ65 should have turned up. I mean, this was meant to be a winter whoop. We're now in May. It turned up 3 days ago. So it's a difficult one. Yeah, it seems that the chaps over in America are getting more post over there. They're certainly getting their products before us. I received a product under NDA today, and they said,
What product is that, Andy?
What product is it? It's what Jack's got underneath his desk. It's stuck underneath his desk. And it's what he keeps looking
You've
at.
started reviewing dildos.
That's in his drawer. Not in his...
Under the desk is the dildo overspill.
I really can't tell you. I get
got-
in a lot of trouble. Pardon?
I don't keep a Roomba under my desk.
All right, it's the DJI V2 goggles. No, not really. That would
Oh,
that would have really pissed everyone
I
off.
nearly rushed to my credit
What have I
card.
got underneath my desk? I've got a bin,
You-
a PC,
you
and
should.
a Dyson Hoover.
You should rush and buy the V1 because the V2 is going to be.
How do you know what's underneath my desk? You've never been
Gonna
here.
be what, Andy? Shut up, Jack.
You're going to be waiting at least another year for the V2,
Oh, no,
and the V2 might not
I
be.
knew that I'd get rid of him, but one little thing now I have to say to that boy.
But
The
we can just
V2
make him come
might-
back. Uh-huh.
It may take away some of your freedoms. The V2. It may have remote ID built into it. So I would say buy this one.
The government are watching you.
If you
5G is real. The lampposts are burning you alive.
I
Oh
like
no, we've been
those, Jack.
demonetized. Right, should we call it there?
Yeah, I think so.
Please.
We're losing track of stuff.
Everyone,
Yeah, yeah.
please vote for us on the Podcast Choice Awards.
And give us a
The
thumbs
British
up.
If you care about the NHS, vote for us in the British Podcast Awards. Go to www.britishpodcastawards.com. Not
In
voting
fact,
for that
every
means you hate the
Thursday
NHS.
Before we come on at 8.
Tattoos will be provided. Thank you for listening. Don't forget, join the AMA chat thing. There's a link in the chat. And Frank, what time is it going to be on Friday? There's the
8.
link.
Be at 8.
8 o'clock Friday.
The 22nd of May.
Put your questions in there. There's an AMA question in the Discord. And
Oh, I'm
just
gonna go.
any question.
I'm gonna
Frank, what's your favourite type of pants? And he will answer it. Thank you very much, guys. And you've been joined by my little Tony,
Bonjour.
Andrew / Frank,
Bye. See you tomorrow.
everyone's favourite curry kitten,
Goodbye.
Andy RC,
Good evening.
and I've been Brighton to Life Light. Thank you so much, guys. Catch you next week or tomorrow if you join the AMA available on Discord.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Vote for us. So we can
Bye.
go to the BB